Hi, I'm Zachary Ogden with the Daily Wildcat, and today I'm with Natalynn Masters right after the ASUA forum. And first off, welcome, and what is your platform?
Oh, yeah, so I'm running on 3 platforms this year for Student Body President. The first is centered around diversity. I want to create a World Cultural Day that kind of is like a mini Tucson Meet Yourself, but with U of A clubs and organizations. That way we're highlighting the diversity on campus. And then the second part of that is continuing addressing the list of demands that were released 2 years ago by the marginalized students of the University of Arizona. And then secondly, my second platform is centered around sexual assault in Title IX and just having more collaborative efforts between the organizations and the departments that already do educational efforts and do task force and do outreach within the community, and just having a coalition and putting that all boots on the ground to make sure we're using our resources valuably. And the last part of it is student engagement. So I want to make a suggestions platform on social media, because everyone's on their phones anyway, for them to get engaged with student government and provide ideas, as well as updating our websites to make sure they're easy and accessible. And then lastly, to provide surveys at orientation so that students, the first day they step on campus, get a list of organizations that are matched specifically for them.
Okay. So what diversity issues are important to you, and how do you plan on addressing them?
Yeah, I think personally for me, I'm biased, of course, as an African American woman on a campus. I kind of feel those strides and feel those pains more and have those issues at heart. But one thing that has taught me as diversity director this year is to step back and look at the pain that I feel, and the issues that affect me are just copy and pasted for a different person. So I don't know if I can pick a particular one, but I think overall it's just making sure those voices are at the table and making sure that administration and ASUA has a clear communication with the cultural centers and students who aren't even a part of the cultural centers but still represent a diverse voice here.
Okay. And you talked about marginalized students.
Yes.
So what are the demands mentioned on your platform?
So it's a really long document. If you want to Google it, just click list of demands U of A and it'll be a PDF that pops up. But it's about a 19-page document, and it's from all of the cultural centers. A lot of the things that they list there is one of cultural competency, of retention rates of students of color, the access and making sure that there's a website in which the list of demands are being updated so that people can log on and see the progress that the university is making, as well as funding for mental health counselors in all of the centers, financial aid counselors, and then also just space in general. A lot of our centers don't have the space and the funds to adequately address the students that they want.
Okay. So given the last turnout, the low turnout of the last...
Yeah.
So how do you plan on outreaching more this year?
I think typically in ASUA elections, candidates typically focus on the same groups, your Greek life, your honoraries. And one thing that I've made it a point this year is to reach out to everyone on campus, because we're all a part of that voice. And so myself and my campaign team made it an effort, and we're still sending emails, but we want to reach out to every single club on campus and every single organization, as well as just being visible on campus. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, and so we were handing out candy and just talking with people. We were bumping some Beyonce, it was great. But just trying to get students knowing and facial recognition so that if I am elected president, that I'm a familiar face that students feel comfortable talking to.
Okay, and speaking of which,
Yeah.
if you are elected, how do you plan on staying in contact with the constituents?
For the people who know me, I'm a really easygoing person, and so I imagine my office doors will be open, music will probably be playing, some stuff from SoundCloud that no one knows yet because I'm an underground person. But also, like, not only having my door open, but being present on campus, and that's not just going to the cultural centers, but going to events on campus and making sure that when clubs and organizations put on things in the Highland Bowl, that we're, as student government, not just myself, but the rest of the office is present, getting that familiar facial recognition.
Okay. And finally, why should you be president?
Because I'm dope. I'm just kidding. I think truly and honestly, I think that myself as a candidate, what sets me apart is I've been in both realms. I've been the student who's been a part of the protest and been the activist on campus and hearing those voices, but I've also been in the bureaucracy and the red tape of student government, and I understand how that works, who to talk to, how those relationships work, and what it means to operate at such a big university. And I think bringing those two things together gives me a unique point of view and a unique set of skills to help tackle all the issues that we've talked about today.
Great. Thank you, Natalynn.
Thank you so much.